Hello, good day and welcome. It's Terry Tillard from healthandwealth.ca. Want to send out a quick video message. There's a few things that are really getting on my nerves. I'm getting really sick of, and you've probably heard this many times too. Some of you may even believe it, and this is of course not an insult or a pot shot at anybody. But this concept that real estate always goes up, the stock market always goes up, buy, hold, and pray for the long term. It has to work out. We're only in a recession. It's almost over. Surely we're turning around now. The market went up recently. Guys, that's only called a bear market rally. I know it's easy to hold those beliefs. It's extremely easy if you're only looking for facts that serve you. You know, there's a quote I want to share with you that I really love. It says, "Man has always sacrificed truth to his vanity, comfort, and advantage. He lives by make-believe." You know, what that quote is saying, if you stop and think about it, is that a lot of us are only looking for and at evidence that supports us. You know, on some levels that's good. I'm a proponent of positive thinking and the like, but if you look at George Soros and many other experts, and if it's the first time you're hearing this, I suggest you start exploring information outside of your traditional circles. That it ain't coming back. This is the end of the super boom. Does that mean there isn't more prosperity that's going to be here down the road? Of course there will be. Does that mean your personal economy can't be great? Of course it can be. But the general economy as a whole is several years out. Some people believe, I've seen estimates as many as 45 years out before things will recover, and there are many very significant experts who believe 20-25 years for things to recover, and we only need to look at Japan for a great example of what happened. So that doesn't mean we're all going to be resigned to, you know, to poverty, absolute poverty, but it's not exactly a good time to be buying certain assets, and buy, hold, and pray is absolutely dead. Real estate, for example, I'm getting really, I got lots of great friends who are involved with real estate. Some of you are watching this, and again, it's not an insult or attack on anybody. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. And I do believe that the absolute elite top 0.01% of investors can win in any market every time, hands down. However, if you don't feel like you're in that camp, and even if you are in that camp, it is certainly not a bad idea to be exploring information outside of those circles. I mean, let's be honest about things here. You know, we can't ignore the Posse Comitatus Act, the G20 meeting, the possible Amero, 20 different states exercising the 10th Amendment, several bills that have been very nasty bills that work against our freedoms, that are changing all the rules. I mean, the rules are changing right in front of us, and yet we're still trying to play a game from before, thinking that it still applies. Because times are changing faster and faster all the time. If you're not going to change with it, how can you be so delusional to the point to think that you can still win playing the old game using old rules? I'm sorry, it is not going to happen. If anything I've said today shocks you even a little bit, don't be insulted. This isn't intended to become a pissing match with anybody. It's intended to open your eyes and start considering other options. If you look at only certain information, real estate, for example, looks like the greatest time in the world to buy. If you look at only certain information. You know, what about hyperinflation? Has anybody thought about what that will do? How about the 20 states exercising the 10th Amendment, or martial law, or civil unrest, or all these other things? I mean, it's on mainstream news now if you're looking in the right places. Even mainstream news is saying that the U.S. is on the verge of a revolution. I'm not sure about you, but that won't bode too well for real estate prices, to say the least. And since when does the state protect the investor? The state always protects the tenants and landlords, especially in times of crises. Anyway, food for thought, all things to think about. I'm going to address this real estate issue amongst many other issues in the economy as to what is going on in this market, what's going up, what's going down. The trend can be your friend if you play with it. If not, you're going to get caught under a tsunami. So I've got an event, April 4th. Mark out your calendars. I'm going to be dealing with all this stuff. A lot of people have been emailing me and asking me, since my predictions have been spot on for almost everything, never right all the time. But last year I was extremely accurate, so people are really asking me to try and make sense of all this convolution going around. So if you haven't yet come, this is your opportunity to really step out of your box, at least. If you leave my event and you want to keep doing what you're doing, keep doing real estate, and you think it's the greatest thing since white sliced bread, by all means. I really don't give a crap. You're just going to come to the event for education. No one's selling you anything. You come and learn and make whatever decisions you want after. But at least you'll have a broader set of information to make your decisions from, and you'll be much better off for doing so. Anyway, it's Terry Tillard from healthandwealth.ca. I will send out some more videos on the economy coming up soon to keep educating you in bits and pieces, whether you decide to come out or not. Have a great day.